how would you have that conversation?
So if I'm understand correctly, you had like a client with nutrition plan in place, but you didn't ask him to actually show all what he was eating. He had these macros and you assume he was following, and you had to have a conversation that is like, what the hell are you doing, man?
No, just
Yeah.
that's
No, because that happened to me like last week, right? So I had
yeah.
this
It's basically, it wasn't that I was, yeah, I wasn't disputing whether or not he was following. I just wanted to have a peek in, which I quite often will, just, just to see what's actually going on there. But it was just the funny thing was it was the emotion that was clearly like, he did show it to me, but it was clearly like, wow, this is way more private. This is, I feel vulnerable, and I understood that, right? But it's almost like seeing inside, getting someone to show you their diary, because when people say, oh, I'm really busy, it's almost like, I'm really busy, take my answer and don't dispute me on it because I said so. Whereas actually what you're going is, okay, I'll tell you what, show me the diary, because we all know deep down, even if we are working 12 hours a day, we all know it's easier said than done, but we all know we all know there's time to make food.
yeah. Exactly. You got time to take a picture. I mean, actually, with my clients, I don't even do my fitness pal. It's too advanced. I use an app where they can take a picture and the app stores it. You
Okay.
know, one of yeah. But I had this conversation right with a client because this guy lost I don't know what's in 2020, but 4.5 stones in 1 year, and so a shit lot of weight. He was type 2 diabetic and stuff. And then he just stopped losing weight all of a sudden. He got more busy and more stressed, and he was still taking picture of his food, right? So, but then like I see him gaining like a stone in 2 weeks, and I'm like, is that all you're eating? And it's like, no, there was some here and there and bits. So I basically I had two choices there. One choice was like tell him off. Another choice was like exactly asking, go on my fitness pal and show me, right? So I actually gave him the benefit of doubt, and I said, like, you know what, just for 1 week, I don't want to ask you forever, but just try to calculate your calories. What happened is that the next week he actually did my fitness pal and he lost 4 pounds, right? So clearly he was overeating and he was not telling me, right? So I asked him again, do you want to keep on doing my fitness pal or you can just take the picture? He was like, no, that's fine, it's fine. I'm just gonna take pictures. He gained 5 pounds back, right? So at that point, I was ready for a pep talk, but he actually came to me and he was like, I went off the wheel. I had chocolate and shit and stuff like this. So it turned out that, like, basically, uh, I wouldn't say I wasted 1 week because that's a valuable lesson, right, for him. But I was waiting for the moment where it will blow up completely because he's been compliant for 1 year straight. The issue is that, and I find this with weight loss clients, when people are used to lose weight consistently, you get to a point where the body doesn't want to lose weight, right? And you break this plateau actually with um, I wouldn't call it cheat meal. You'll probably call it like large appetite offset meal. It is a big meal with protein and carbs, but not necessarily McDonald's. The problem is they become afraid of doing that because they don't want to see that 1 extra pound the next day on the scale. But that fucks you up because your metabolism keep going down. And so he stopped listening to me about having these big meals and he found himself in a plateau. So I had a pep talk a couple of times, it didn't work. So
I've got a really good piece on that. I've got a good,
yeah,
not a
yeah,
pep talk, but a good conversation that you can have.
yeah.
So basically, here's the thing: when people are dieting for extended periods of time, right? They've had a lifetime,
Yeah.
yeah, they've had a lifetime of overeating, and then they've had, or not necessarily, but they're used to overeating, which is almost which comes from a perception of lack anyway, because it's like I can't eat much, so I've got this one small window, I'm gonna binge. So they come from they basically learn binging behavior, and they learn prolonged deprivation behavior, and that's the two emotional states they live in. And
Yes, exactly.
that's the most important thing we want to teach to our clients psychologically, is how to eat in abundance. Because you know what, if you put a baby and let the baby have whatever food it wants, you put a platter of food out, it'll eat till it's full and then it'll stop. I heard that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I see it all the time.
So basically, yeah, if we feel we have abundance, but we don't overeat. And the thing is, that's what you're actually training your clients when you have a, whatever you call it, refeed meal, or where you strategically increase carbohydrates or calories. And within that meal, you're teaching them to eat enough, or even have a really, really good amount of food, but still keep their head on and form all those mental positive associations. Like,
exactly, it's not like a full on or whatever. It's like yeah, you're eating good food till full satiety, right?
And think about it like this, right? If you're someone that's been overweight their whole life or struggled with that, this might be the first time in their life, the first time they've ever eaten enough without feeling like they're binging. Or so yeah, you're actually teaching that middle ground. Okay. All right, man, we can carry on with this forever. We can go on for hours and hours. I think we've got more, but I'm also concerned because we want people to listen. So dude, so basically you work with women that yeah, I mean, you work with 3 different types of people that used to work with back when I knew you, like
like I have my bulky guys that they just want to, just want to lift weights, but there's like a minority. Most is like big fat loss, like people that really like, they got to a point where they can look themselves in the mirror.
Weight loss clients, right? And basically, I think you described a lot about how you work with clients, focusing on, which I think is really giving me a lot of food for thought, focusing on stress management and sleep as a priority before.
As a priority, yes. Before hardcore dieting, yes.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's super powerful. Just for creating a rational state of mind to even think about a calorie deficit or something like that. Yeah, let's stabilize your emotional state before we do anything else. And you've got your book, so we can attach a link down below because gyms are opening in 6 weeks here, so people are busy yet fit.
Oh, are they? Amazing.
Yeah, you're in Poland, so yeah, you can give me. So basically, the book is still on Kickstarter.
The book is on Kickstarter, but I have the PDF. So if anyone wants the PDF, I'm gonna send you a copy of the PDF, and you can just forward it by email.
Fantastic.
That one, yeah.
And what's the best way for people to get in touch with you?
And they can go to www.ki-force.com. That is my website, me and my wife, and you can see what we do and all sorts of things.
Cool. And people can follow you on Instagram as well, right?
Oh yeah, they can follow me on Instagram, and it's I think it's busy yet fit real. That's really, and you can see it's the same cover. There's me with a suit, and then I'm like naked on the other side. And KI Force is also on Facebook, but yeah, I think I have a Facebook group actually that is called Busy Yet Fit Community on Facebook, and that's quite cool because I live stream my workouts and I put all the contents in there. Actually, I'm mainly on Facebook. I post on Instagram, but on Facebook is where I do all my live stuff, and it's just like a private community. Now we're quite a bit. We're like 3,000 members right now, so it's not as small anymore. But yeah, that's where mainly I'm at.
Wow, that's cool, man. Vulnerability, live streaming your workouts, man.
Fuck, I know. I didn't stream this last week because, as I said, like I have a CrossFit coach and he's giving me these exercises. I don't even know what they are, so I need to spend time googling. It's a whole new world, honestly.
Yeah, wow. And one last question. Which is a fun question. I know you'll come up with something really, really. I know you'll say something really cool, whatever it is.
Okay.
I'm just curious to hear what you say. Is if you could give one sweet short piece of wisdom for our listeners, what would it be?
Okay, the listener is generally someone like you, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a father or in this sort of point of life where I'm at, right?
No. Someone that, yeah, exactly. So sustainable, someone that's interested in, of course, they want to look their best, they want to have their good physique, but they want to do it sustainably, and they're interested in they know they want to feel good, not just look good.
Yeah. I think it will literally be so you're pushing the accelerator now, you're gonna pay the price sooner than later. So you really need to incorporate this stress relief techniques, right? They feel good, but honestly, like, you're gonna get better results with whatever else you're doing. in life, whether it's something mental related, something physical related, something financially related. I don't care. Like, it just, from now till the end of your day, time is actually going to be less and less and less, because you're gonna have more things to do, more responsibility. Like, it just keeps on going till retirement. And in the world that we live, like, probably there's no retirement anyway. So you need to start now to just thinking about, like, I can't live in fight or flight all the time, but I need to just, go deep a little bit, and just generally, like, it doesn't need to be spiritually related. If you like it, good. If not, it can be science related, like the cold shower thing, right? Even though you get your mental benefit anyway. But all diseases that you may encounter later in life, if you already are washing your food, can only be related to too much stress or just not being able to manage it. So, like, everything in the future, you just be a better human being anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So basically, yeah.
Play guitar.
Play guitar. Where is it?
Play
Yeah.
guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. You can press. Yeah, it's super important. Oh man. Yeah, you can press go, but there'll be a price to pay, because ultimately, not going down the spiritual road, but we rest. We sleep for a reason. We need that rest and recovery. But
yeah. If you start to wake up twice a night to pee, something is going off, right? If you feel like you have palpitations sometimes, something is going off. If losing fat was easier a couple of years ago, something is going on. Right? So, like, you have symptoms that are in front of you. You just don't want to look at them.
Wow, man. Lots to think about. Okay, so we'll say goodbye for now, but I really appreciate having you on, man. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Cool. Take care, bro.